A very good evening. It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time. Time for Look Up News. I am Nancy Nalima. Sign language interpreter for tonight is Felista Adundo. We've got lots lined up for you this evening, including our night's conversation on legally speaking. But before all that, here are our top stories. Tonight on Look Up News.
This should not be an issue anymore. We'll rather discuss other issues, but not the interns program, because the posting of interns have commenced today officially.
At least 3,000 unlicensed clinical officer students posted to various hospitals as medics continue to down their tools. Chief Justice Martha Koome refutes claims of a pact between the judiciary and the executive over the new housing law. And former Nairobi PC Nathan Davis Chelogoi to be detained for 4 days in their 1.35 billion land fraud case. Once more, welcome to the broadcast. The hashtag is LookUpNews at Lookuptv on Facebook, Lookuptv on X, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Tonight on Legally Speaking, we'll be talking about the death sentence puzzle. Since 1989, no Kenyan has been executed, and yet it is still constitutional. It is in the penal code. Why is that? We'll be answering some of your questions this evening. I will be speaking to human rights advocate Elijah Rotok and Robi Karani, advocate of the High Court. But first, the news stories. Let's begin. Health Principal Secretary Harry Kimutai now wants the medics across the country to boycott the ongoing strike and resume their duties. His sentiments come as doctors in most parts of the country today held demonstrations calling on the government to address their concerns. As Stanley Lugari now reports, the PS inaugurated the process of onboarding thousands of clinic officer students by issuing letters of offer to provide medical services across the country.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity.
With the doctors' strike entering its 8th day, Principal Secretary Ministry of Health Harry Kimutai is now calling on the doctors across the country to halt the ongoing go-slow after the ministry officially launched the process of deploying 3,752 medical graduates awaiting licensing as doctors.
This should not be an issue anymore. We'll rather discuss other issues, but not the interns program, because the posting of interns have commenced today officially by the ministry.
Posting letters of the interns, and we have completed the posting letters for 3,752 in 6 categories.
We have issues when we are posting you there. There is expectation that we appreciate the ministry that since 2020 we started at least giving some stipend for the clinical officers diploma holder. It was 15,000, and we have been engaging the ministry. Today, as we are here, we appreciate that at least the government have been responsive to scale it up.
Kimutai holds that the government through the Ministry of Health intends to employ more medics as entailed in the 2017 collective bargaining agreement.
Your concerns that it is going to delay your program, they gave us approval that we can work with the supplementary budget too that is coming, so that we factor in this program. We've therefore been given additional funds for this period of 3 months pending the budget approval for the financial year 2024-2025.
This amidst doctors downing their tools throughout the country after several unsuccessful consultative meetings with the government, which continues to hinder activities in public hospitals, with similar sentiments of returning to work echoed by county bosses including Governors Dadho Godana of Tana River and Johnson Sokoje of Nairobi, who are appealing with the doctors to loosen their hard stance to provide medical services to public seeking treatment in government hospitals. Godana has pleaded with the doctors deployed in Tana River to suspend their strike and embark on treating patients from region who are not able to afford services from private hospitals.
Unajua madaktari wote kwa kawaida na hata ilivyo sasa ni kwamba wanafanya mgomo in solidarity with the profession. Na tumekuwa tukiwabembeleza, tukiwashauri kwamba ingawaje wanafanya maandamano yao in solidarity, lakini wajue kwamba tegemeo la mtu watana yule wa kawaida ni serikali mpaka sasa.
Soon after presiding over issuance of over 3,000 letters to medical interns, PS Health Harry Kemutai now wants KMPDU to suspend its ongoing strike. The PS has revealed that plans are underway to ensure all issues are addressed as raised during their grievances. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Now switching gears, just days after President William Ruto signed the Affordable Housing Bill into law, Chief Justice Martha Koome has denied reports that the Judiciary had entered into a pact with the Executive on the implementation of the controversial Affordable Housing Levy. Koome said that the Judiciary, was an independent institution in the issue, noting that it was not party to the court case which saw the levy suspended before Parliament made amendments.
The housing levy debates continue to take new highs days after President Ruto assented to it.
In this affordable housing program, there is a chance for every Kenyan. Those who want bigger houses will have an opportunity to get it. Those who want affordable houses will have an opportunity to get it.
Chief Justice Martha Koome has come out to deny claims by President William Ruto suggesting that the Judiciary had entered into a pact with the Executive on the implementation of the controversial affordable housing. Speaking during the annual conference for judges of the Employment and Labour Court in Naivasha, Chief Justice Koome denied claims by the Executive, reassuring the nation that the Judiciary remains an independent body, further emphasizing it was not involved in court case leading to the suspension of the levy, highlighting that amendments were made by Parliament thereafter.
Judiciary is not in any capacity able to enter into any agreement with the Executive, especially in a matter that is before court. The Judiciary was not a party in that cause, and I tried myself to look at the clip where His Excellency the President was quoted to have said he entered into an agreement with the Judiciary.
Earlier this week, during a recent visit to Bomet County, President William Ruto announced that he had reached a consensus with the Judiciary regarding the recently enacted levy, which has since come into law. His announcement came against a backdrop of meeting with the Chief Justice, which sparked debate with legal practitioners and opposition questioning the motive.
Mimi naenda kuweka sahihi sheria mpya ambayo tumekubaliana na mahakama ya mambo ya housing, kwa sababu we want to make sure that we do that which is going to change our country. Housing is going to give us jobs for our young people. It's going to give us decent living conditions for our people of Kenya.
Rejecting a proposed bill aiming to merge the Employment, Labour and Relations Court with the Environment and Lands Court, Koome noted it was outdated. She further commended the efforts of the Employment, Labour and Relations Court in moving in to tackle case backlogs over the past year.
I have already written to the leaders of our parliament expressing the Judiciary's position, opposing most vehemently the mixed grill approach as proposed in the proposed constitutional amendment as not being ideal. This court posted a rate clearance of 166%.
Housing levy is now law, with the High Court declining to stop the implementation of the affordable housing. So begins another phase of a journey, which majority of Kenyans remains a journey to unknown. George Kayesi, Lookuptv.
Now, traffic police officers demanding and collecting bribes from motorists and riders will be punished severely. Similarly, motorists and riders who offer bribes to escape justice for flouting traffic laws will also be prosecuted. This is according to the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Kithure Kindiki, who appeared before the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding enforcement of traffic laws to enhance road safety in the country.
Kenya has witnessed a surge in road accidents since 2024, recording 1,926 fatalities in the first 2 months. Despite the surge, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki on Thursday revealed that Police Traffic Department has been undertaking various interventions to curb the crashes.
Part of our officers are giving us a bad image because they are collecting bribes from motorists, both wealthy people and poor people. Somebody breaks the law on the road, they give 1,000 shillings and the crime disappears.
In addition to that, this year's highlighted that defective motor vehicles on the road are a result of both the human error and mechanical defects, which account for 11% of all traffic crashes. The National Police Service will continuously carry out such operations to net operators driving illegal PSVs.
We've arrested in just 2 months of this year, January and February, 1,086 drivers arrested as a result of joint operations between the police and NTSA. And then motorcyclists, I think is a big problem. That sector must be brought to order by all means.
Government officers could soon be barred from using TikTok app as social media is posing a huge security threat to the country. Speaking before the Public Petitions Committee of the National Assembly, Kindiki said they are mulling forming of defense forces to guard the country against the threats of the cyber security.
The social media space, including TikTok, presents grave dangers to the world and to our society today. No part of the world is immune from the risks that this space and this platform poses to our way of life, to the social fabric, and even to public safety and security of the people of the world.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Moving on, former Nairobi Provincial Commissioner Davis Nathan Chelogoi will be detained for 4 days in the 1.3 billion shillings land fraud case. This is after court pushed the ruling on his bond application to Monday next week. As Martin Macharia now reports, Chelogoi has previously failed to own a court summons, and despite 4 previous warrants of arrest being issued against him.
Former Provincial Commissioner Davis Chelogoi will spend 4 days in remand as he awaits a court ruling on whether he will be granted a bail or not. Chelogoi presented himself in court and denied 6 criminal charges leveled against him. In the first count, he is accused of defrauding businesswoman Ashok Rupshi Shah and Itaken Kumar Raja of a parcel of land measuring 7.3 hectares located on Lower Kabete Road, valued at 1.3 billion Kenya shillings.
Count number 1. The charge is conspiracy to defraud, contrary to section 317, the Penal Code. Davis Nathan Chelogoi, true or not true?
Not true. Chelogoi also faces charges of forgery and uttering forged documents. The prosecution alleges that he forged a letter of allotment dated January 31st, 1995 and a certificate of title. Through his lawyer, Chelogoi requested that the court to grant him bail, assuring that he would comply with the court directives and attend all court proceedings.
Grant lenient bond terms to the accused person. We would have paid for personal bond because they're senior citizen and has rendered services to this country.
However, the prosecution objected to his release on bail, suggesting that if bail was granted, strict bond terms without the option of cash bail should be imposed and Chelogoi should be directed to deposit his passports. The lawyer presenting the victims opposed Chelogoi's bail application, stating that the PC had been infringing on the rights of the victims and asked the court not to grant him bail.
Your Honor, should this honorable court be inclined to grant bail or bond, we pray that this honorable court only grants strict bond terms without the option of cash bail, and we also pray that the accused person deposits his passport with court.
Trial Magistrate Dolphin Alego indicated that she will deliver a ruling on Monday in next week.
But I will definitely give a ruling on the 25th of March about the bond and bail.
Martin Macharia, Lookuptv.
The Salaries and Remuneration Commission chairperson Lynn Mengich has reprimanded both the national and county governments over the ballooning wage bill. According to Mengich, both levels of government are guilty of hiring excess staff, a move that she says has pushed the wage bill even higher. Mevin Gitembe with more.
It is a meeting that brought together various stakeholders to tame strategies intending to reduce the wage bill under the new Wage Bill Finance Act. Salary Remuneration Commission chairperson Lynn Mengich has however called out the national and the county government over hiring excessive staff, of what she has said is increasing the wage bill upwards, revealing that 43% of the revenue earned in the country is used to pay the salaries, proposing a reduction of 35% in the new Wage Bill Finance Act.
Critical to this conference is the commitment to reducing the wage bill ratio to 35% of revenue, in line with the provisions of the Public Finance Management Act 2022, and the commitment is to reduce that to 35% by 2028.
Kenya has been ranked number 151 out of 185 in terms of productivity globally and public service delivery. In efforts to attain a sustainable wage bill, the SRC has led purposeful action towards enhancing productivity.
And you will note that Kenya is ranked 151 out of 185 countries globally and number 22 out of 45 countries in Africa.
Public Service Commission was, however, unable to account for the 2,500 state employees working under various state departments, which PSC claims are not paid by the Commission, raising questions on the accountability of the Commission.
From the report, it means that it is also possible for institutions to also hire people without coming to the Public Service Commission. And so, yes, we need to accept one fact, that managing and sustaining the fiscal sustainability of the public service or the national government budget and wage bill sustainability, it is the role of every player. And we are not going to say that an increase of 250 does not have an impact on the wage bill. It has an impact on the wage bill.
Mevin Getembe, Lookuptv.
And we take a very short break here on the program. When we come back, I'll be running you through a few stories, and then we'll get into a conversation of the night on Legally Speaking. We are talking about the death sentence puzzle and why is it in the penal code and it's not being executed. Don't go too far.
Tere, mambo ni mawili, kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Bua muka we mse. Nini mbaya? Wewe kwani wani vile dereva anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time, hata angalia barabara. Tusimame. Wewe dereva wewe, mwaka iliyopita peke yake watu zaidi ya 1000 walipoteza maisha yao barabarani kwa sababu ya tabia kama hizo. Hautatuangamiza tukiona.
Naomba msamaha, tutampeleka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa tuende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
Open University of Kenya, which was chartered on the 3rd of August 2023, aims to revolutionize higher education by breaking down barriers such as cost, previous exam grades and geographical location through online open learning at the comfort of your home, job, etc., thus ensuring accessibility to education for all members of the society. In a nutshell, Open University of Kenya leverages technology to deliver education.
Open University has brought a new door in the Kenya education system, where learners are able to access education in a flexible, affordable, and all-inclusive
Intakes ongoing for May and September. For more information, call us on 0202000211 or 0202000212 or email us at info@ouk.ac.ke. Open University of Kenya, an innovative university for inclusive prosperity.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. This is Look Up News. Nancy Nalima here and Felista Adundo, the Sign Language interpretation. President William Ruto now says the government is implementing crucial development goals and programs that are facilitating a radical economic turnaround. The head of state noted that the government is also keen on fostering inclusive growth and prosperity by enhancing livelihoods of all citizens. To achieve this, the president said the fourth medium-term plan 2023 to 2027 and county integrated development plans are aligned with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda priorities.
The implementation of the fourth medium-term plan 2023-2027 was today launched by the President William Ruto. Speaking in State House Nairobi during the launch, Ruto said that the government is keen on fostering inclusive growth and prosperity by enhancing livelihood of all citizens, particularly those at the bottom line of the economic pyramid.
The fourth medium-term plan 2023-27, ladies and gentlemen, is an instrument that we will use as a whole of government to deliver on the aspirations that the people of Kenya expect.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi warned the leadership at all levels of government to take the implementation seriously, adding that the launch at State House is symbolic and unique, signaling the highest level of approval while lauding efforts put in place by the Treasury.
This is a unique launch, a very unique launch. Why? Because it is happening at State House. It signals high-level approval and ownership of the MTP4 plan.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary Goon indicated that the programs are classified under 5 sectors, which are finance and development, infrastructure, social sector, environment and national resources, and public administration.
Successful implementation of ERS gave way to the development of the Kenya Vision 2030. We are happy that the Kenyan Vision 2030 was adopted in 2008, which is actually a long-term development blueprint with an overarching vision, a globally competitive and prosperous economy with high quality of life by 2030.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
One suspected Goon has been killed and several others injured at Embakasi area in Kitengela following attacks by a group of armed men. The gang of 45 armed men who arrived using motorcycles and a Nissan Matatu attacked several homes, causing massive destruction on the residents' property and severe injuries to 3 residents who were rushed to various hospitals.
The aftermath of the attacks. This has been the situation in Embakasi, Kitengela in Machakos County, where armed gangs have been terrorizing area residents for a while now. Wilson, one of the residents, narrates that the gang of the 45 armed men with crude weapons have caused massive destruction of property, and with 3 residents nursing serious injuries following the attacks.
Wavamizi walikuja vijana 45 of them. Walikuwa na pikipiki, walikuwa na gari ya Nissan 14 sita. Hivyo basi ndiposa wakaanza kutawanyika kwa hizo maboma ambazo ziko kwa ship and goat.
According to James Oleguya, the attackers first raided a local leader's home, issuing a warning to him that he should direct his village mates to leave the village. Moreover, Oleguya claimed that the goons attacked them severally with the intention of creating tension and insecurity to scare them away and grab their communal land.
Hii shamba tumengangana nayo watu wakitaka kuchukua bure. Na ni shamba yetu. Na tumesema na tubahatishi mwende muandike hivyo. Tutakufia hii shamba, watoto wetu ndio watakaa kwa hii shamba kama sisi tumekufa.
The devastated residents have called on Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to intervene on the matter at hand, claiming that the local officers are not executing their responsibility to ensure peace prevails in the region.
Ya msee ya chairman ni askari ndio wanakuja kufamia. Sasa kama nasema namna hiyo sisi tuamini namna gani?
Charles, Lookuptv.
The Kenya Internally Displaced Persons Organization now says the signing into law the Affordable Housing Bill is a game changer. According to the organization's chairperson, Peter Tena, the inclusion of Kenyans in the informal sector and others not salaried who will pay 1.5% turnover tax from their monthly gross earnings to the fund under the new law widens the bracket of beneficiaries, including previously internally displaced persons.
Tumekuja siku ya leo kuweza kuwa na public participation. Mswada huo unahusia na zile vitu tuliweza kusomeshwa na walimu wetu wakati tulikuwa katika primary level. Tuliweza kufundishwa kuwa basic needs, that is food, shelter and clothing. Kwa hivyo president wetu amejua kabisa kile kinachoweza kufufua uchumi wetu ni zile nguzo tatu, the three clusters ya food, shelter and clothing. Hiyo ni kumaanisha kuwa katika miaka kama 10 ijayo uchumi wa Kenya utakuwa utakuwa ukingangana na ile uchumi wa Indonesia na the second world countries, hivi kwamba hata ajira kwa mfano ukichukua mpango ule president amekuja nao kama zile mashamba ambazo tuko nazo, wakati umejenga zile nyumba pale, kunatokea nini pale? Kunatokea mashule, kunatokea police station, kunatokea mahospitali, kunatokea miundo misingi ambayo inawabuzo population kubwa sana ya vijana wetu wanaotoka shule. Lakini tukiambiwa ati mambo ya kutafuta ati kazi ati na kutengeneza kazi, ni kazi gani hizo tunaambiwa tunatengeneza na miundo misingi kwa ground hakuna? Mambo yote huwa yanaanzia kwa ardhi yakiwa yanapanuka. Lakini tumekuwa na uongo ambao umetangazwa kote katika nchi yetu na airights. Koti iliweza kusema kuwa ule mpango uende mpaka mashinani, kwa hivyo mpaka kwa locations. So kwa sababu tuko na mashamba zetu ambazo ziko katika zile locations, kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali katika migao yote ya pesa, that is budget allocation, itakayopitishwa kupitia kwa ule mswada, especially tunaenda katika budget allocation kuna budget inaenda kusomwa mwezi wa 6 mwaka huu. Tunaomba serikali iweke mgao wa pesa ambazo zitaweza kutushughulikia katika mpango wetu wa resettlement.
Naitwa Ruto. Tunashukuru kwa mpango ambao sheria imepitishwa kuhusu mambo ya housing, tukijua ya kwamba hata sisi ni wamoja ambao tuna mahitaji kama yale, so tunaunga mkono hilo jambo.
Let's now get sporty. Kenyan tennis sensation Angelo Kutoe has this afternoon qualified for the Paris Olympics after clinching singles gold at the African Games in Accra, Ghana. Kutoe, who in 2022 won the Wimbledon title for the doubles junior category, thrashed Egypt's Lamis Al Hussein 6-2 to 6-4 to win the African title. The 20-year-old commanded proceedings against the Egyptian ranked 562 in the WTA singles chart from the start to the end to break yet another ceiling in her beautiful story of the sport. The Auburn University student follows in the footsteps of Jane Davis-Doxon and Susan Wahungu, who won gold and silver respectively in singles in 1978 in Algeria. The last edition of the Chapa Dimba and Safaricom is set for the weekend at Wanguru Stadium in Kirinyaga County. Defending champions Barcelona Ladies FC will battle it out with Cartsville FC. Nyeri's Karatina Boys will play against Lysa FC from Laikipia before Kiwanja Queens of Kiambu play against St. Joseph's from Oranga in the final match of the day. The winners from Saturday's games will play in the finals on Sunday, where each winning team will take home 250,000 shillings and book a slot to represent the region at the national finals set for mid-next month in Kisumu. We take another very short break here on the program. When we come back, we'll be getting into legally speaking. And we're talking legal matters, and tonight we're specifically focusing on death sentence. Now, this has been a wishy-washy kind of a situation, with many Kenyans not knowing why there's a provision in the Constitution for the death sentence to be given by a judge, and yet no execution has been done since 1987. All the questions that you have, keep them coming at Lookuptv on Facebook, Lookuptv on X, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. We take that break. Don't go too far. Coming up soon.
University of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art